Mysteries made completely non-mysterious, romances that barely saw the light of day, and glaring continuity errors that permanently harmed a multi-billion-dollar franchise's reputation. These are just a few of the problems left over by the one Harry Potter scene fans wish was never filmed. Many storylines in the Harry Potter films were embellished, such as the final battle between Harry and Lord Voldemort. Other storylines seem to have just disappeared completely. Such decisions can be expected from a lore-heavy book series where each installment's adaptation needs to fit a 2-hour window. Even so, not all changes will be appreciated by viewers. One particular scene from the 6th installment is still remembered as one of the strangest changes in the film series.
Merlin's beard!
With Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince clocking in at over 600 pages, it's no surprise the creators made some changes when adapting it for the screen. However, there was one scene added to the film that rubbed fans on Reddit the wrong way. While Harry is celebrating Christmas with the Weasleys, a group of Death Eaters descend upon the family home and set it ablaze. Many fans hated this particular inclusion because it was never mentioned in the book. One Reddit user summed the issue up succinctly, saying, "It's one thing to say that it's an adaptation of a large book to a short movie, there has to be cuts, this is true. But to add a scene that makes no sense, messes with continuity, and is also not in the books, really wrecks that argument." In addition to the scene not being in the book, fans took issue with its lack of stakes. Though it was a terrifying moment for Harry and the Weasleys, it had no impact on the rest of the series. Another Redditor pointed out that the very next scene shows Harry and Hermione back at Hogwarts, completely undeterred by the fact that their best friend's childhood home had just been destroyed. In fact, this detail remains unmentioned for the entire rest of the series. What's more, the borough is shown fully intact in the following film. The Reddit user went on to criticize the fact that, while it was plausible the Weasley family could have repaired the house using magic, such an easy solution would render the house's destruction in the first place completely pointless. The borough was one of the only places that ever truly felt like home for Harry, and without any lasting repercussions within the story, the attack seems like it was only added for flair. Additionally, the precious time spent on the fire also took away from other scenes that were needed for the film to feel satisfying. For example, the only explanation for the identity of the mysterious Half-Blood Prince, a point so essential to the plot it made it to the title of the book and film installments, occurs at the end when Professor Snape, played by Alan Rickman, announces it with little preamble.
Yes, I'm the Half-Blood Prince.
In the book, the identity of the Half-Blood Prince holds more emotional weight and gives context to who Snape is as a person, yet it has little consequence in the film. Another critique offered by Redditors was that there should have been more time devoted to the conversations Harry and Dumbledore have about Voldemort's background. Additionally, the inclusion of these scenes would have made the ending of the film more impactful. Without establishing the relationship between the two characters and showing how much time they spent together, Dumbledore's death and Harry leaving school don't pack the same punch that they should have. Unfortunately, this isn't the only on-screen relationship that was cut short. Perhaps the most egregious oversight in Half-Blood Prince was a lack of screen time devoted to the depiction of romantic relationships. Ron and Hermione take up much of the romantic drama during the film, and even their storyline was still only a shadow of its depiction in the book. Since there was not enough time to explore the interplay between characters, a lot of individual character development and particular emotional beats were left on the cutting room floor. Entertainment Weekly was especially critical of the film for its treatment of Bonnie Wright's character Ginny. In the book, she is portrayed as fierce, loyal, and confident, but the film reduces her to a one-note love interest with minimal screen time. Book Ginny doesn't wait around for Harry to make the first move, and she's startlingly accomplished at hexes. Her film portrayal, however, is one of the adaptation's worst casualties. Despite Harry's affection for her, she's portrayed almost as a non-character who is barely even shown in the film. While it's safe to say not every slighted character or plot point could have been put back in the movie if the borough attack hadn't been added, it's no surprise that fans are wondering why the scene was even filmed at all. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about Harry Potter are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.